Dear students, now I am going to start a new unit, Unit 7, Muscle Physiology. Today I am going to discuss about types of muscles. Muscles, you know that muscles means movement. Any movement in your body you cannot expect without muscles. So it is your locomotion, or else your walking, running, your jogging, or else the movement of your hand, movement of your fingers, and facial expression, then the movement of food in your digestive tract, movement of the blood in your blood vessels, urine in your urinary tract. So every movement it is because of muscles. So muscular movement are the characteristics of the higher animals. So striated muscles or skeletal muscles are present in animal groups that ranging from vertebrates to cnidaria. Cnidaria means coelenterata, insects. So I have shown here the examples you will find here. This is in the case of human, the biceps and triceps and all, and this is in the case of wing muscles in the case of insects. So then this is the muscle arrangement you will see in the skeletal muscle arrangements in the case of fish. So voluntary muscles or skeletal muscles works across a joint attached to the bones by strong cords called tendons. You will find this is the tendons. Through this these muscles are attached to the bones. So when the muscle contract, bone moves. So you know that how you want to lift your hand. So that is first muscle contracts, and it is bringing the your hand to closer to your body. So this is how the muscle enables complex movements that are either voluntary or involuntary. You know that so you want to walk in a particular direction, that is voluntary movement, and the food that moves in your intestine, it is involuntary movement. Or else the very important one is a tireless muscle pump. What you see is the heart. So the movement of the heart is not in your control, that is involuntary. So muscle enables complex movements. They may be voluntary or involuntary. Contraction of the heart, peristalsis in the gut, all these are involuntary movements. There are three major muscle types. So skeletal muscles associated with the skeleton or the bone, then cardiac muscles, those are the myocardium of the heart, then the smooth muscles, those are present in the digestive tract and blood vessels and all. So each type muscle is unique, having different cellular components and the different physiology or functions, and they each performing a specific function. Skeletal muscles control the movement, that is what locomotion, movement of your hands, legs, and your tongue, that is a muscular organ, skeletal muscle. Then you can see the vocal cords, all these you can see. Then all these are the movement, and also the posture. So sitting posture, standing posture, bending posture, different posture because of this muscle contraction. Cardiac muscle, heart muscle, smooth muscles are present throughout the gastrointestinal, reproductive system, urinary system, and blood vessels and respiratory system. So what are the functions of the muscles? So that's what I said already: walking, chewing, running, lifting, manipulating the objects, and all this you will able to see the muscles. They are responsible. The muscles are responsible for all those. Maintenance of the posture. So running posture or standing posture or sitting posture. So all this the contractile force that maintain the erect or seated position. Respiration, diaphragm and intercostal contraction. So inhalation, exhalation, all this that is muscle aided the mechanisms. Communication, verbal, facial, verbal communication. I'm talking, you are listening, so that I produce sound. That is what you can see. With the help of the tongue I can able to manipulate it. So this verbal communication. Facial communication, just imagine the eye movements and the communication in Bharatanatyam dancer or else Kathakali dancer, how they changes the faces and show all these navarasa, that so you also make so many grinning face, laughing, or else smiley face, all this, facial expression. Constriction of organs, vessels, so it is a peristalsis movement in the alimentary canal. Vasoconstriction, blood vessels, so that the blood pressure exerted on in the blood vessels. Heartbeat. So all these are the functions of the muscles. Production of the body heat. So muscle contraction, shivering, so it produces heat, so you can withstand the cold. So contraction of muscle tissue generates heat, which is essential for maintenance of the temperature, homeostasis. So you will find the body temperature maintains, so because of this the contraction of the muscles. So I showed here the one of the fantastic muscular organ, the stomach. You will find how exactly contraction of the stomach mixes the gastric juice and the HCl with the food. Then the heart. So what are the main properties of the muscles? So we have studied the properties of the neurons. Neurons are the excitability and conduction. So that is properties of the neurons. So similarly, muscle cell or muscle cell is called muscle fiber because it is elongated like a fiber, that's why. So the muscles are made out of elongated cells called muscle fiber. Here the smooth muscle fiber showed here the picture. The cytoplasm inside is called, it is like any other cell, only the specialized cell. You have studied the neuron, it is like a specialized one, but it is having all the structure of a typical cell. It has a plasma membrane called neurolemma, the cytoplasm, neuroplasm, all these similar you will find here also. So the cytoplasm is called sarcoplasm. Then the plasma membrane is called sarcolemma. Then the endoplasmic reticulum is called sarcoplasmic reticulum. Then mitochondria is called sarcosomes. All these structures are there. It's a typical cell, specialized cell, okay, to perform a particular function. What are these specialized property? What you see in the muscle is the one, muscle cells show contractility, they can contract, and excitability. So that excitability means response to a stimulus, that is called excitability. Extensibility and elasticity properties. Excitability is the capacity of muscle to respond to a stimulus, that is you have seen in the case of neurons also. What are the stimulus here? Stimulus, the muscle will contract in response to the stimulus of a neurotransmitter. When the neurotransmitter are released on the surface of the muscle contract, okay. So it is and also hormones, it contracts. So you will find oxytocin hormone, it bring the uterine contraction and expel the baby out. Uterine muscle contract and expel the baby out during parturition. So that is what you have studied. So contractility, ability of the muscle to shorten and generate pulling force. So in response to a stimulus, that is from the neurotransmitter or the hormone, muscle contract. Contraction means it shortens. So it by shortening it pull the bone, the pulling force, Then extensibility, muscle can be stretched back to its original length. It is called extensibility. After the contraction, it is slowly, it is gradually going back to its original position, that is called extensibility. Elasticity, ability of the muscle to recoil to original resting length after stretched. So it is called, this property is called contraction. So it is called elasticity, okay. So the three types of muscles: skeletal muscles, cardiac muscles, and smooth muscles. Skeletal muscles are the part of the skeleton. So you will find it is abundant tissue. It form the 40% of the body weight, okay. So they are for the all the bodily movements because of this the movement of the bone because of the skeletal muscles. So skeletal muscles are striated because there is a striations. You will find dark and light bands, so that's why they are called striated muscles. So skeletal muscle consists of hundreds of thousands of muscle fibers wrapped by a connective tissue. So it is that is called the epimysium. So contraction of these muscles bring the movement of the bone, and specific movements is responsible for the locomotion, facial expression, posture, respiratory movements. So the body movements, voluntary, all these movements are voluntary action. Okay, so controlled by somatic motor neurons. So motor neurons controlling this. So skeletal muscles also function as a storage of amino acids, and also thermostasis, it's the generation of the heat, and also they are the source of energy during starvation. So you will be able to see these are the under a simple microscope, and how exactly muscle fiber, it is elongated, so you cannot show entire fiber under, so it is a portion you can able to see it. Okay, it is because a single muscle fiber from here to here it extends from the wrist joint to the shoulder joint. So single muscle fiber is the elongated, the largest cell in the body is the skeletal muscle fiber. So it is elongated one, what you see, this one cell. Okay, smooth muscles you will find in the blood vessels and also in the stomach. So these muscles are, they are thin lined elongated muscle cells, and these are in spindle shape. You will see, you will find these are the spindle shape, both are in pointed, that is called spindle shape. So here also the nucleoplasm is sarcoplasm, thin plasma membrane sarcolemma. So all these are same, you will find. You will the myofibrils are not arranged in a striated pattern what you see in the case of striated muscles or skeletal muscles. Okay, so the smooth muscles forms the muscle layers of the walls of the digestive tract, walls of the respiratory tract, bladder of the uterus, walls of the glands. So smooth muscles are present throughout the body, helps in the digestion and get rid of the urine toxins. It maintains the electrolyte balance in the urinary tract, regulate the blood flow, blood pressure in the arteries and the veins. So without these vital functions, body would not be able to maintain. So this is what you can see, the importance of the smooth muscles. Coming to the cardiac muscles, a cardiac muscle is the one, it is autorhythmic. So nobody stimulating it. It is a basal property of contracting. So contraction. So the cardiac muscle that is forming the myocardium layer of the heart makes the thick middle layer of the heart, epicardium, pericardium, myocardium. You know that. So this they have the characteristics of the smooth muscles and have some properties. It is some properties like smooth muscles is involuntary in contraction. So contraction is not controlled by the will of a person. So that's the structures and all, it is like skeletal muscles. Okay, so this they have striations. So cardiac muscles differ from striated muscles in having, they are shorter, sarcolemma is thinner, and single nucleus, it is multinucleated in the skeletal muscles. So then it is a branched, it's a continuous, you can see the muscle, there is a cross bridges you will find, muscle bridges you will be able to find. So the cardiomyocytes are the cells, the cardiac muscle cells, they contract, which generates the pressure needed to pump the blood and which maintains the blood pressure in the circulatory system. You know that. So organization of the skeletal muscle. So I have showed here a this mobile. So mobile, when you book for in the online, you get a nice cardboard box. Once you open it, then some it is there is a shock absorbing materials will be there. Then you have a polythene cover. Then inside also there is a cover. So many covers ultimately you will get your mobile. The same thing you will find here also. So if you see the muscle, it is covered with a connective tissue capsule, it is called epimysium. Inside the epimysium you will find so many muscle bundles, so they are called perimysium you will find. So these muscle bundles are called fasciculi. So these are smaller bundles and they are elongated, and you will find these are the muscle bundles, these are the biceps what you have. So this usually the boys you like to build up your biceps, you know. So that's the muscle, each fiber is called, each muscle fiber you will find this is the muscle bundle, single bundle having so many muscle fiber. So this is a single muscle fiber you will find, this one. So this muscle fiber equal to the cell, okay. So this is the muscle fiber is a syncytium, means multi-nucleated, a single cell having many nuclei, that's called syncytium. Nuclei are oval in shape and they are found in the periphery of the cell, because when the cell is occupied, for example, if you put a in a box a bundle of sticks, so that the water will, if it is filled with the water and put a bundle of sticks, the water will occupy the peripheral region, because in the main portion will be occupied by the myofibrils. So that's why you will find the cytoplasm, sarcoplasm and the nuclei, so they are occupied in the peripheral region. So this skeletal muscle fibers contains you will find thousands of muscle cells, they are muscle fibers you will find, they are called muscle fibers. So you will find here. So this skeletal muscle cells fiber is elongated, striated and multi-nucleated. So this is a single cell, it is a multi-nucleated, and inside you will find, because it is the cut section, inside can you see there are thousands of myofibrils. ಈ myofibrils ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, so cytoplasm is in the peripheral region, you will say it is pushed to the peripheral region, as you know the nucleus also. So because the central region is occupied by the myofibrils. You know, you should not get confused, muscle bundles, muscle fiber is muscle cell. Inside the muscle cell you will find the bundle of fibrils, they are called myofibrils. This is what you can see, this is a single muscle fiber, okay. Muscle fiber equal to the muscle cell. Typical cell, what you see here, typical cell, three-dimensional. So these are the muscle cells, this is how exactly you will find, they are in the bundle. So this typical cell has having a plasma membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus, all this you will find. So this nucleus is pushed towards the peripheral region, because inside the sarcoplasm or the cytoplasm there are a bundles of myofibrils are there. So muscle cell ಒಳಗಿರೋ fibrils ಗೆ myofibrils. The fibrils, those are present inside the muscle cell, inside the cytoplasm of the muscle cell or the sarcoplasm, that is called myofibrils. So these are the single, there are thousands such you can see. So this is what you can see. So the cytoplasm is now pushed towards the peripheral region. So this is cytoplasm you will find. So the cytoplasm, sarcoplasm, then these are the nucleus pushed towards the peripheral region. They just like you will find the bulged region you will find on the muscle cell, they are multi-nucleated. So they are very large cell, multi-nucleated, and sarcoplasm pushed towards the peripheral region, because the central region occupied by the myofibril. These myofibril is again inside myofilaments, contractile filaments. So those are called actin and myosin. So these myofibrils are surrounded by the sarcoplasmic reticulum. So the more about this structure I am going to explain you in the next video, ultrastructure of the skeletal muscle fiber. So here just to show you the contraction, you can see the contraction of the biceps. When you lift your hand in this direction, this bicep contract and tricep elongates. So this is you can see the contraction, and you can see going back, so it's it is elongation, you can see going back to its original position. So this is what you can see, it shortens right? When you lift your hand, it shortens. That's what contraction. So in your body, the majority part your body occupied by the muscles you have to keep in proper tone, then only you will be energetic throughout the day. You won't feel tired. Otherwise, if you are not using proper your muscles, then you can't do more physical works. You get tired easily. So that's why how to keep your muscle in a proper tone or healthy. So it is practice yoga, because 21st is the yoga day. It is celebrated as a yoga day. It is not just yoga. Any type of physical activity you can, it may be aerobic or it may be dancing. So all this, it should give both physical exercise as well as mental relaxation. In that, yoga is very good. When you practice yoga once a week, you change your mind. When you practice yoga twice a week, you change your body. When you practice yoga every day, it will change your life. So keep proper muscle tone. Thank you.